Hello, welcome to Access. I'm Rob. Joining us is Dave.
Hello.
We are fresh from the Gran Turismo 7 State of Play. It's not long now, Dave.
Oh,
March the 4th.
I can't believe this year already. It's going fantastically well.
It is. Are you excited to do what you always do in Gran Turismo and just do lap after lap after lap?
I'm going to just shave
gradually shaving
thousandths of a second
yes
off of my time and not do much else, to be honest. I can't wait to do it. Yeah, it's so relaxing. I love it.
I mean, you're a person, Dave. I mean, you're not like... I wouldn't describe you as a petrol head, but you like cars.
Yeah, I like cars. I definitely like driving games.
But this video is about why even people who might not necessarily be fans of cars should be excited about Gran Turismo 7 because in addition to the State of Play, I was lucky enough to be in a digital Q&A session with Kazunori Yamauchi himself.
Oh, here we go. Show off.
And Kazunori Yamauchi is a very passionate man who loves cars, and I came away from that Q&A as a man who traditionally isn't that interested in cars or racing games. I came away from it thinking, my God, I actually cannot wait to play this. And so I'm going to talk you through 5 reasons even people who may not necessarily like cars should be excited about Gran Turismo 7. And the first reason, Dave, and I knew I was going to love this anyway, it's Scapes, which is what Gran Turismo 7 calls its photo mode.
Yeah.
And flipping heck, it looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like actual photo realism.
I mean, if you're going to drop in a little, celebrity interaction, I'm going to tell you that for when GT Sport was released, or just before, I was lucky enough to go over to Polyphony Digital.
Oh, well done.
And actually in there we saw Kazunori Yamauchi's personal collection of lenses.
Wow.
Because he's a big photographer. This is why Scapes is so important to Gran Turismo, is he really loves his photography and he thinks it's a hugely important thing. And that's why, I mean, you're going to tell me about GT7's photo mode Scapes now, but I know that's why it's going to be incredible and why the attention to detail is going to be like just second to none.
It really is as well. I mean, the game, it looks incredible enough in motion when you're driving, but in photo mode it just takes it up to another level. There are 2,500 different locations from around the world that you can use in Scapes to take a photo of your car.
That's ridiculous.
Outside, this is just purely for the pleasure of photographing your vehicle.
It's completely
in a beautiful place. It's not about racing, it's just putting your car in a beautiful place and taking these incredible photos with it. And the options you have, I mean, you can imagine Gran Turismo is notorious for giving you an incredible depth of options when it comes to just tuning your car, and the camera within the photo mode is as sophisticated. The images that I was seeing, they literally look like they've been lifted out the pages of an automobile photography magazine or something. Just absolutely ridiculous. Full ray tracing, HDR support, so you can take like beautiful HDR enabled photos if you have an HDR enabled TV. It just looks absolutely glorious, and I'm a sucker for a good photo mode anyway. I can easily see myself ploughing tens of hours into not racing, just taking photos of cars. But it's not just these locations. You can also, there's like a sophisticated photo mode within the race replay as well, so you can start taking photos on your replay. And again, for me, that's always one of the things I think about when I think about Gran Turismo. I think of, you do the race and then you spend hours just watching the replay afterwards.
Yeah.
Because the camera angles are so beautiful, and now you can take photos within that as well. And I can't wait, Dave.
No, I can't wait either. Like, one of the great things, loves of Gran Turismo is buying a car, saving up or winning races, buying a car, an amazing car that you really want. And I think immediately taking that into, like, I'm going to get some lovely photos of it now. This is my car. I think that's going to be just brilliant.
The second reason, Dave, that you should be excited is the inclusion of a brand new mode called Music Rally.
I am very interested in this
now,
already.
If there are, we've mentioned that Kazunori Yamauchi loves cars. We know that. He likes photography.
Yeah.
Another one of his passions is music.
Yes.
And he was talking about how he wanted to create a mode and how he often gets messages from fans saying, I wish there was a mode where I could just enjoy driving while listening to music.
Yeah.
And Music Rally is designed to be that.
That's amazing.
What happens is you start driving and each song has a certain amount of beats in it, and you start with a certain amount of beats, and you have to drive around the track, and every time you get past like a certain checkpoint, it extends the amount of beats you have left.
Amazing.
So basically you're driving with the music, and faster tempo music will obviously run out of beats faster, so you have to drive faster, but you could put on a slower paced piece of music. So basically you're driving at the same speed as the music. That is the idea. And it's like this beautiful marriage between driving, listening to music, and he was mentioning all of the different genres. He's got like classical jazz, hip hop, a beautiful range of musical genres to enjoy. And I love the unashamed love and attention that he's put into this mode. It's like, I like cars and I like music. Let's just do a mode where it's driving cars while listening to music.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, I think most people who drive really enjoy, I certainly do. I love just listening to music. It's one of the best things about driving is you can listen to your music as loud as you want.
Yes.
No one can hear you. You can sing along.
Except when you pull up to the traffic lights.
Yes, that's right. And I really must remember to do my windows up. But so I think already that's a marriage, and then it sounds really innovative to make it kind of like a mechanic within the game, like the music is sort of like timing you. I think that's just fantastic, and I totally agree. Like Kazunori Yamauchi's he's just made the perfect game for him. I know. He loves music, he loves cars, he loves photography, and those things, like we need those in my game. It's important. Actually, when I went to Polyphony Digital, they had a whole corner office that was soundproofed, and it just had musical instruments in there. And apparently the developers were just encouraged to just go in and just play some music, and they had like a little like a band. We should have a music room, Dave. I think I totally agree. A little tambourine, a triangle, glockenspiel. Got a kazoo now. We've got many kazoos. Yeah, too many. But it's not just Music Rally. Also, there's a new replay mode called Music Replay. Okay. Traditionally, when you see the replay of your race, the cameras are on a fixed angle. Yep. And you can watch your replay, as many times as you like. It will always be the exact same replay. Right, yeah. With Music Replay, the camera angles of the replay generate according to what music track is playing. So the game will be able to listen to what music track is playing, and it will auto-generate a camera angle based on what that track is. Okay, wow. So it means you can watch replays and they will be different every time depending on what piece of music is playing whilst you're watching the replay. That is cool, especially if you are into watching replays. It's going to be very cool. The third reason, Dave, I think this is my favourite one. Okay. We are, attention to detail and Gran Turismo have always, gone hand in hand. And in Gran Turismo 7, they have realistically modelled and simulated cloud formation. Oh, yeah. So, and depending on where you are racing in the world, they've looked at real world weather information and humidity in certain countries to make sure that if you're racing in Japan, for example, the clouds will form in the air as they would in real life Japan. Wow. And if you're racing in California, the clouds will look different. So wherever you're racing, the clouds will be authentic to the location in which you're actually racing. That feels completely unnecessary in the best possible way, but like in the most wonderful way. It's not just an aesthetic thing either, because the weather is dynamic, and so obviously the air density, the humidity, rain will fall and the puddles will form on the track in actual areas where they would naturally form, and then if it stops raining, the track will slowly dry out. But all of this is modelled and is simulated as you're playing the game, and I just think that attention to detail is mind-blowing. It is mind-blowing. I love it. I don't know how they keep finding new levels of detail to investigate and explore. I would never have thought of that, and it's just fantastic. Another thing, and this is part of the same point, at night they've taken data from NASA. Yeah. Love it.
And they have realistically and authentically modelled the positions of all of the stars and the planets and the sun and the moon in the sky.
Yeah, obviously that appeals to me very much.
The fourth reason you should be excited, Dave, and this is for the PS5 version, obviously. We talk about this every time there's a new release on PS5, and it's just the haptics of the DualSense wireless controller.
I cannot
all of
wait.
the amazing features, and you can imagine the amount of detail that's going to go into it with Gran Turismo 7.
Yeah.
The feel of the tyres on the tarmac.
Yeah.
When you hit what are they called? The little red and white bits on the edge of the track.
I don't know. The
curbs,
those bits,
I guess. The curbs. You could be able to feel when your tyres go onto that, when you hit the gravel or the
strips.
dirt. The rumble strips. But also the 3D audio.
Oh, yeah.
I think is the thing that Kazunori Yamauchi was most keen to talk about. And I even saw a little bit of gameplay where he had just parked his car on the side of the racetrack and stopped just so he could listen to the sounds of all the different cars going past. And if you've got a compatible headset, you should be able to pinpoint the exact location and the type of car that is driving past you just from the way its tyres sound.
Wow.
on the tarmac as it zooms past.
Next time I make a terrible mistake in a race, I'm just going to pull over and just listen to the to pretend like I just wanted to check out the 3D audio. Yeah, it is good. It is very good. Look at those clouds.
When I'm online, that's what I'll say.
Yeah.
People are racing, but noob. No,
actually,
I'm just appreciating the fine art of this game. Thank you very much. The final reason that people who may not necessarily love cars should still be excited about Gran Turismo 7 is that Gran Turismo 7 will make you love cars. Because it's, you know, when someone's incredibly passionate about something and they're talking about it, and even if it's something that usually you would find boring, like a good teacher can make you interested in anything if they talk about it passionately enough. And I could not come out of that Q&A session having listened to Kazunori Yamauchi speak and not feel his same passion. He's got an infectious passion. Like he loves cars. He absolutely loves cars so much. Just the way he was talking about them, he was talking about their shiny surface. And the reason that cars have a shiny surface is that they are reflecting the world around them.
Oh, wow.
And, you know, I asked him about that, and he said, he said that car culture and automotive culture is like, it's a centuries-old thing now. It's over 100 years we've had cars with us, and his main goal for creating Gran Turismo and, you know, leading up to Gran Turismo 7 is just to share that passion of cars with the world, and he just wants to make people happy. And I thought that was just a really nice, inspiring way to think about making a game. He's not trying to, well, obviously he is trying to make an incredibly authentic driving experience and like a car game for car enthusiasts, but ultimately he just wants to share this thing he really loves with everybody else.
Yeah, he's a fantastic industry figure, and I think, you know, that we're extremely lucky to have him and his like on PlayStation. Like, I think, you know, think about his career and how long he's been making Gran Turismo games. Incredible games that have touched millions and millions of people and been important to millions of people. And I think to still have the passion for it, I think that is incredibly inspiring, actually. And I think it goes to show how genuine he is in that desire, like in that desire to share his love with the world. I absolutely believe it and support it and think it's fantastic.
Well, there you go, Dave. There's 5 reasons that even people who may not necessarily like car games should be excited about Gran Turismo 7. It's coming to PS4 and PS5 on March the 4th. Let us know in the comments if you'll be picking up the game when it launches. Give us a like if you've enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell if you haven't already done so, to make sure you're always up to date with everything from the world of PlayStation.
PlayStation